channel. So as you can see, this video is about Singapore, and I'm just gonna jump right on into it. If you know me, you know how I do my thing. I like to get right straight to the point. What I will say about Qatar Airlines is I love how put together they are. I love their uniforms, how neat they all are. They take their job, it looks like they take their jobs really seriously. So I really like that about them. Okay, so first things first, I went to Singapore back in September, this past September, a few months ago. And I did fly with Qatar. I had been wanting to fly with them because I had never flown with them. And everybody said that, well, not everybody. Online, a lot of people were saying how much better it is. It's like the #1. And then they received a lot of awards for being like the best flight per traveler, whatever, something like that. So I really wanted to fly with them and experience it. What I will say is I prefer Emirates over Qatar. Food, comfort, all of that. I prefer Emirates over them. If you really like Indian cuisine, then Qatar you will love, because that's what they serve, Indian cuisine, the whole time. And I'm not a big fan. So if that's your thing, you'll definitely enjoy Qatar. Right here in Houston. We're going all the way around the world. We're here to Doha. So I didn't fly directly to Singapore. There was a stop in Doha. I think the stop was for about 6 hours. 6 hours. But Doha airport is gorgeous. You'll see. Office up here at the airport. I still gotta go to work, even when I'm not at work. Look at that water wall. I finally got to Singapore, and the Singapore airport has the rain vortex, as you can see here. Beautiful airport here. Airports are really elaborate, really beautiful airports, and really clean. And I forgot to mention that the flight altogether, it was about 23 hours in flight. That did not include the stops. So altogether in flight, it was about 23 hours. I liked about Singapore is that, like, the people there, they didn't stare. They were not amused by black people being in their country. No, I didn't see a lot of black people there at all. But, you know, like, I've never been to China, but I see videos of, like, when people go to China, people are trying to take pictures of them, trying to touch their hair, things like that. Nothing like that happened in Singapore. Everybody's minding their own business. They they could care less about what the next person is doing. The city is super duper clean. They're like futuristic. Even the way they compose of their trash is like futuristic. The buildings, everything looks like it's advanced. Everything is advanced there, if you ask me. In my opinion, they really care about their environment. They really care about the city, how clean it is. The driver was like giving us some insight on how how they dispose of the trash or waste. They turn it plastics, they turn it into gasoline and they reuse it and they recycle a lot. But the city was super duper clean. Ignore my background. I'm gonna be doing a vlog, a clothing vlog, so ignore that. But one place I do want to go and stay next time I go is in Marina Bay Sands Hotel. I didn't get to stay in that hotel this time, but next time I go, I'm gonna stay in Marina Bay Sands Hotel because it just really looked beautiful. And just look at how nice it is. It's like a big ship sitting on top of buildings. Marina Bay Sands. One of the stops I made was to the Merlion statue. I wanted to do that. I wanted to get a photo right there. So I did get a cute photo by the Merlion statue. And another thing, people always ask me, do I use a travel planner? I never use a travel planner. I always plan out my own trips. I do a lot of research and figure out where I want to go, where I want to eat, things, sightseeing, excursions, things like that. I always do everything myself, and I find it to be a lot less expensive as opposed to hiring a travel agent. I was even thinking about like doing travel curations for people, because I put a lot of thought into like all my travels, and I have like different lists of each place that I traveled and all the places that I went. And if I didn't get to go, I still have it on my list. So I was thinking about like just doing like travel curations for people who always ask me about travel and things like that. Another thing is like around the city, there's all these little shops, little vendors, things like that, where people are selling something. So there's a lot of opportunity to buy different types of goods there. I did, when I went, I got Aaliyah, my daughter, a bunch of the bows that they wear now. I got her like 5 different bows in different colors. And here in America, one of those bows was like $60 at the I forget the store, but it's like the name brand, real pretty pink cutesy store. I forget the name of the store, but that same bow was over in Singapore, and I got it for like $3 each. So I got her like 5 of those, and they're like really good quality. They're not the cheap bows. So she was excited to get those. Ain't a time here. One of the places where like the locals like to eat is at the Hawker Center. The Hawker Centers are like places like, they have a bunch of different hawker centers around the city. And the one that I went to, it was supposed to be the best one. It's like where you can get food for a lower cost, and it's be more like the traditional what the locals eat, instead of like the fancier places that tourists go. And me, I like to stick to tourist areas. That's my thing. I don't like to venture away from tourist areas too much. But I did say I wanted to try like the local dishes. But one thing that I learned about Singapore is that Singapore is not just one ethnicity or one race, one culture. There's a bunch of different cultures mixed in there, and so they have cuisine like Indian, Asian, a bunch of different fusion, and most people out there speak English and whatever their original language is. So that's one thing I felt really comfortable about speaking to people. So I think I got like chicken fried rice, and then I got a big coconut and and something else. But the food was pretty good there. And I will say it was not easy finding food locally that I liked. I had to like go to places that I know. Another place that I enjoyed food was like from this Mexican taco place. Like when you can't go wrong with tacos, no matter where I am around the world. If they got tacos, then I'll be all right. But I wasn't even expecting to see tacos in Singapore, so that was like crazy. And the tacos were the bomb. Some of the food places, they serve like that saffron and curry. I don't like saffron or curry on my food. Like those are traditionally known Indian spices, and it's just, I don't know, I don't like those spices on my food. So a lot of the food, again, it was fusion. Like if it's Indian, it's gonna have Asian, or if it's Asian, it'll have Indian spices, and so it'll have a twist. So I don't know, it was kind of difficult for me to find places there that I liked. But again, I did like the Mexican place, which is odd in Singapore, and I did the hawker center was just okay for me. The chicken fried rice, it was okay. It wasn't bad, it wasn't awesome, it was just okay. One of my favorite things that I did there that I really, really enjoyed was what is it called? Floral Fantasy. I'm a big flower girl. I love all things flowers, roses, daisies, everything, botanicals. I love all those things. And this Floral Fantasy was absolutely amazing. They even had a 3D, 4D film there where it feels like sensory. Sensory is like you can feel, touch, smell, all the things that are going on in that movie or that production. Like they had, like, you can smell, like when they entered into the flower area, you could smell the flowers, and then they had like water splashing on you. It was so nice, and it smelled, it's like something out of my dreams. It was so beautiful. It was absolutely gorgeous. I would go again just to go there, and I could leave after I go there. Look at this here. A dream, and it smells so good. It's all real florals. Oh my gosh. It's so beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. It's absolutely beautiful. This is gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that. Is it raining? It's so beautiful. Oh my God. another thing. I did say how futuristic they are, but it's on another level. It's like they're already in 2050 already. Like America is so far behind technology wise, infrastructure, infrastructure wise, and even as far as like economy, environmental, the US is behind them. Like this place is like already in the future, and it looks like it's in the future. They have a whole Louis Vuitton store in the on the water. Beautiful, gorgeous, just amazing. Look at that. That's the Louis Vuitton store in the water. Look at this. This is like futuristic. Like we're in the future. So the hotel I stayed in was really nice. It's called Hotel Jen. It was right by everything. That's why I chose it. There's many malls in Singapore, and the hotel was right by a mall, a big mall. This is the mall. It was also by a big flea market with all the restaurants and everything. That's also where I got the tacos from. So it was right next door to this flea market here. Also, every morning they had a big buffet for breakfast. This is the buffet here. And it also has some really nice views. So you can kind of see the view from, this is the view from the balcony of the hotel where I stayed. The views are nice. And the pool was really nice. You can also see the view of the Marina Bay Sands there. So this is the pool area on the rooftop. They also had like a bar out here. So it was nice. Another thing is they have a lot of restrooms, like the locals, their toilets, just like in Bali, are like in the floor. Like they say that this is the more efficient way to eliminate waste out of your body. So their toilets are in the floor, like you have to literally squat down and relieve yourself. You don't sit on a toilet. They say that leaves more fecal matter inside of your body. So there, a lot of their toilets are in the floor. Of course, like the more touristy places, they have just regular toilets like we have here in the US. But naturally, their toilets are like in the floor. Another thing is you're going to want to download the Grab app to do ride share similar to Uber. You're also going to want to exchange your currency. Singapore has a lot of malls. This is one of the malls. I think this is City Square Mall. And this mall actually had like a boat ride in the middle of the mall. Oh, look, there it is. To experience the nightlife. So they had all kinds of stuff going on every single day. They had something going on. And this place was like by the river. It had a bunch of shops. foods, rides, all kinds of stuff. Everything you can imagine is over here. This is called Clark K, and it's across from like the river. And before I forget, I wanted to mention that you do have to apply for a visa upon entry of the country. So just keep that in mind and be prepared whenever you enter into the country. To officially enter, you have to apply for a visa. Another thing that was like the highlight of my trip was seeing this light show. They really put a lot of creativity into this. It kind of reminded me of the light show in Vegas. So if you get a chance to go to Singapore, don't forget to stop by at least one night to check out this light show. This was my last night in Singapore, so I really wanted to find a good restaurant. I did find this restaurant that had like wings, waffles, and watermelon. It's also in the mall, so even though I forgot the name, you can easily find it. Lastly, before I left Singapore, I did decide to stay in the airport lounge because I wanted to get a nap. The airport lounge is so luxurized. They have these little pods inside where you can nap. I think the chair vibrated like big eggs where you can sleep because the layover, well, the wait to the flight was like 7 to 9 hours. And so I was at the airport for that long, and I'm like, I'm going to get some rest until this plane comes, and I'm just going to sleep. And it's really comfortable, but you do have to pay to go into the lounge. They have snacks, you can use Wi-Fi, and it's so relaxing in the pods. Like you hear the music and things like that, like soothing music, spa music, and you can really get some rest. This is the lounge. I'm gonna be taking a nap. I'm in the lounge, so I had to pay to get in here and get some rest. So there's music playing, and the lady that was in here before me said that it's really comfortable, so we'll see. I hope this vlog was helpful for Singapore. If you have more questions, put them down in the comments, and I will answer any questions that you may have about Singapore, flights, trip. I don't remember the exact amount I paid for my flights. So, I mean, they vary over time. So, you know, it had to be around $2,000 something. I don't know the exact amount. I'm going to be honest. I do not know the exact amount. But again, if you have any more questions about Singapore that I did not cover here, you're definitely welcome to leave me a comment, and I will definitely answer your comments. And thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Bye-bye.